Chronicles, Gospels, prophets, sages, Leviticus, laws to Paul's find phrases, turning them corners, no spiritual mazes. Genesis to Revelation, so divine. Flip them scripts, endless grace you'll find. Songs singing sweet, unbroken lines, hitting that rhythm, wordplay refined. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? Wake up early, the dawn's light shimmers. Spiritual breakfast, soul food dinners. Isaiah's vision, Ezekiel's figures. Walk through the fire, no one limbers. Kings and judges, prophets profound. Plowing the word, no mythical ground. Verse after verse, wisdom's bound. Heavenly soundtrack, soul serving sound. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? No shortcuts, all divine routes. Listen to the whispers, no room for doubt. Parables drop stronger than gold faucets. Souls hydrated from divine prophets. Study the book, change perspectives. Carefully crafted, not too subjective. A year to reflect, learning perfect. Patterns of grace that time can't deflect. Old Testament drops deep and so real. Kings and warriors, covenant seals. Split that Red Sea, divine reveal. Commandments written, not made of steel. Bethlehem birth to cross on the hill. Unfolding the next blessings, cast over skill. Scripture flip, every verse fulfilled.
Through the word, every verse, every chapter, nothing unheard. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. 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 Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Just, let's see, where do we want to? There we go. Always having to adjust things. Fluffy Monster! Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's good to be back. I don't know, maybe the older I get, the more I like just being in my space and having my setup and having my stuff and not being somewhere else. But anyway, I was at my daughter's the last couple of days helping out with a few things, few projects, and now back. So good to be here. Wednesdays, as usual, is just a short stream. But it's better to do a short stream than no stream. And since I haven't done one for 2 days, definitely wanted to be here today. Reminder, tomorrow, podcast over on the Church Digital channel. So we will have Ukulele for Worship. And we will be talking over there, which is, I think, going to be a blast. Glad to have Ukulele on. I need to work on who am I going to have the next couple of weeks. So I'll be working on that probably today or tomorrow, trying to figure some of that out. Yeah. You know what? We did do body as a temple. We did not do so much exercise. So let me just going to cancel that out and then go here. All right. So we are in Job 14. When we last left our hero, he was being berated by so-called friends who were doing nothing but giving him platitudes that were not helpful in the least. Let's make that larger. Let's delete the headings, which are artificial. All right. 14 verse what? 20. All right, so we were in the middle of his long speech, one of the long speeches. Like, on some level, like I've said this before, I don't think I've said it this time as we've been reading it through. I like to picture this as kind of like if you just want to see an epic rap battle where you've got one person, spouting off and another person responding. That would be like the modern equivalent that I can come up with. I mean, a debate isn't really it because debates are usually political in nature and you're trying to persuade people to your side. Here you have someone with an accusation against them by friends who are attacking him and he's defending himself. So, excuse me, for some reason I have a tickle in my throat. Maybe it's because I haven't been talking in several days. So, bum. Oh! Ukulele coming in with the raid. I wasn't expecting a raid today. I thought maybe tomorrow when we're going to be streaming together, we would end up with a raid. Welcome in, raiders. Good to see you, Gofina. Ukulele for Worship. Adorable Will. He's so adorable. Hannah. Hey, thanks for the follow. Roadrunner. GDC. Banana is a Hannah. Welcome in. Thank you. Fabstio, good to see you, friend. Ukulele, 41-month sub. Woo! That's awesome. Hey, thank you for the follow, Fedorable Will. Violent Wind. Violet. I always want to say violent. Violet Wind. Welcome in. Had Fedorable Will. Had no idea how I managed to not follow you yet. Whoops. Yeah. I find that every once in a while, too, where I'm sure I followed someone and then, oh, maybe not. Then that was why I was down there. The albino Placostomus. Always trying to rearrange the furniture inside. Let's just go take a live look at him. Let me show you around a minute. So, those are my cams. I need to move the one back to the guppies. I took the nest down because the birds had flew away. So the robins are gone. I need to move the camera back. I was gone and the last 2 days, so I did not get that done. But we've got, let me hand down a little bit here on Wywis. There we go. Get Wywis in the picture. We got the pond in the upper left. We got sunrise in the upper right. We got koi in the lower left. And we'll get guppies in the lower right. But if you want to see more fish, I do have an underwater cam in the pond as well that you can watch on my other channel. So if you're new here, we've got fish, we've got hats, and we read the Bible. That's what we do a lot of. Today is my short day of the week. We only have about an hour because I have a 9 o'clock meeting on a regular basis. So we get started. We read a little bit. We're reading Wisdom Wednesday. We're reading in the book of Job. If you do not know Job, Job is really, I've heard this just recently, and I like the idea. But anyway, Job is answering the question about suffering. That's one of the things Job is addressing. Now, depending on how you read it, you may or may not think Job actually answers the question. Well, then why do we have it? Because people have lots of reasons why. And so we're going to say what is wrong with some people's reasons why this might be. But also I heard recently the thought is, what if Adam and Eve did not sin in the garden? Would there still be evil in the world? And so that is another viewpoint you could take about Job. So Job being the new Adam, or representing Adam, and his wife being Eve, which we have very little about. But you have some parallels there with the woman speaking in both cases, and Job in both cases, or the man in both cases. So there's some overlap there. Yeah, I've been here. We're here to continue in the word and worship after ukulele for worship stream. Thank you. All right. Oh, yes. Tomorrow, I will be on the podcast on another channel, yet another channel, the Church Digital. Why have one channel when you can have three? The Church Digital podcast. So if you want to go over to the Church Digital, that's where we will be streaming tomorrow. So I'll stream here. I'll have to end. I might raid out to my fish and then raid back over. Because I'll have to shut this down. I can't raid from myself to myself on the same computer and using the same OBS. But I guess the other way to do it would be to raid over to Ukulele if she was up. But I don't know. I think I'll raid over to the fish and then we can raid back. So, WHBQ. Good morning, friend. Good morning. Let me see. Do I want to show you anything else while you're here? I think we're good. Oh, you know what? I could do that. Let's show you let me just promo the ad for Reach Conference.
Attention streamers, content creators, gamers, and cosplayers. Last year, ReachConf was an absolute blast. An in-real-life celebration where creators connected, impactful speakers inspired, gaming tourneys, on-stage shenanigans, and fantastic music kept the energy high. It was more than an event. It was a community coming together. Get ready for ReachConf 2025, happening November 6 to 8. All the best parts of gaming and creative culture will be there, live and in person. Last year, we hit capacity, and even with increased numbers this year, tickets are sure to sell fast. Don't miss your chance to be part of the ultimate IRL experience. Grab your tickets now and join the movement.
And I do need to apologize. Anyone that that usually, or occasionally, I should say, watches the Fish channel when I'm not live, something happened and the computer just went black. So I was not able to access and restart when I got home. I actually ended up having to unplug the computer to reset everything and then plug it back in to get it to start. So fish channel is back up, but it had been down for quite a bit. Well, let me stretch that. Okay, there we go. All right, we got a little mood music going on in the background as we read. Let me know if that's good, if it's too loud, and let me change what we are reading. We were just getting started. I was just welcoming everybody, so our focus is Job. And if you're not new to, or if you are new to the Bible, it's not Job, it is Job. Job means hated. If you don't know his name means hated. Why does his name mean hated? Maybe because the appearance of all of the things that are happening to him looks like he must be hated by God in order to have all these things happen. I think that's one way to talk about it. Or you can talk about it from the standpoint of, look at how his friends attack him. They should be friends, but they're treating him as if he's the hated enemy. So I like knowing the meaning of names and calling people by their name meanings. I just think it's cool. It, to me, makes a whole lot more sense, and especially some of the names, which are meaningful, like, for instance, ukulele for worship. There is meaning in that name. You know what it means when you say those things. I'm just picking a name here, brandy. What does brandy mean? I have no idea. Other than maybe it's an alcohol of some kind. I don't know what it means. So what do I do with that? Nothing. I just call the name. The name has no meaning. The name only identifies a person. But if you have ukulele for worship, yes, I know what that means. It has something that tells us something. So that's why I want to spend time looking at names and name meanings. So we do a lot of that here. Well, the first reference to him as Job is the devil, right? If so, that makes a lot of sense from the devil's perspective. Actually, it's God who brings him up and says, have you considered my servant hated? So that's interesting. Have you considered my servant hated? So could also be that the accuser being a hater. Yes, Omega. That's what I think. The accuser, and thank you for saying accuser. Those that do not know, I do not like calling him Satan because it has the article in front of it. So we would not. Well, like I say, we have weird names on Twitch, so that works there. But yeah, we don't have the in front of people's regular names, like the Mike. We don't say the Mike. We say Mike. The Bob. No, Bob. So when it says the Satan means accuser. This is a role or position. I don't believe it's a proper name. That's not to say that we can't associate and make connections with later on in Scripture, but here in Job, I don't think we're supposed to. So yeah, Fedorable, yeah, you're in the right context there. It's brought up between the two of them in conversation, but it still could be from the devil's perspective because his response is one of hate. So totally agree with that. All right. Let's. You know what? We are in 14. I was just trying to get us caught up in where we were. So Job and his friends are having this battle of wits and battle of arguments over why is Job suffering. Hey, Southside Love TTV. Thank you for the biddies. Appreciate you. Okay. So let's just start here. Let's back up. Let's go here. Let's start with 13. Oh, that you would hide me in Sheol and conceal me till your anger has passed. Preach. I'm sorry. Oh, no worries. We just getting started. We just getting started. You're not interrupting anything. And if you do, that's okay. Oh, that you would hide me in Sheol. So Job, again, is addressing the problem of his suffering is that he sees no way out. If the suffering is because he has not done anything wrong, or I should say, in spite of the fact he's done nothing wrong and he's suffering, how would you then get out of the suffering? If I did something wrong and I correct it, I could get out of the suffering. But having done nothing wrong and I'm suffering, I don't know how to end my suffering. I wish I were dead. That's the circumstance that I see by where I can get out of the suffering. Because until then, I have no means to be able to escape. So if death comes, suffering will finally be gone. Hey, Lucis, welcome in. And conceal your anger has passed. So, yes, thank you for putting that in there. Yes, so if someone is struggling and thinking about actually ending their own life, then there is help that you can get. There's some hotlines for you. I think Job is addressing the depth of his despair. I don't think Job has any plans to do this. He's talking about the anguish of the struggle that he's in, and talking about the way that looks like escape is only one way. If a man dies, will he live again? The LX removes the interrogative and makes a statement affirmative. That man will live again. Well, I'm not going down that rabbit trail. We'll just leave it at this. All the days of my hard service will wait until my release comes. You will call, and I will answer you. You will long for the creature you have made. Surely now you count my steps. Then you would not mark my sin. Zack Attack, thank you for the spot of tea. Thank you for the spot of tea. I'm having a little bit of a blueberry Merlot this morning. A little blueberry Merlot. It's not wine. It's just the name of the tea. It's blueberry this morning. I had a little left over from last night and decided I wanted to start with the blueberry. Yes, it's a fancy tea. This is a fancy tea today. Unworthy of the vessel of which I put it in. Or the vessel is unworthy of the tea, I should say. Okay, look at this. Surely you count my steps. So we don't need to have like a step counter on your watch and no, you got your 10,000 steps. God's got it. Just ask him. Like, how many steps did I walk today, God? I'm just kidding. If 16a continues the previous series, the translation here would be then... Others take it as the beginning of express God's present watch over Job and interpret the second half of the verse as a question to amend it to say, God does not pass over his sins. Oh. This is one of those things where poetry, and this is a poetic and wisdom writing, may violate rules and norms of things at times, and it may match things for sound and other cadence and things like that, or to play with things. So that's why we'll get some different, it could be this, or it could be this, or it could be that. We're not sure. Hey, God, how many steps did I walk today? Not enough. Keep walking. Sorry, then I got Veggie Tales in my head. Keep walking. Then you would not mark my sin. Okay, so God, if you know my steps, then you know that none of those steps were wrong. So your journey, your way of life, your walk is going to be your steps. So when you stray from the path, you are erring, you are going off. That's why you want a straight path so that you can stay on the straight and narrow. That's probably where we get that idea. Walking the straight and narrow. You are on the path. You are not veering to the right or to the left. So if you're counting my steps, you would not mark my sin because you know my steps and none of them were wrong. There was no sin. My offense would be sealed up in a bag. The idea has been presented that the background of putting tally stones in a bag is intended. So you're You're counting them, you're putting them in a bag. Like it. You would cover over my sin. But as a mountain falls away and crumbles, and as a rock will be removed from its place. Wait a minute. I want to stop on the mountains fall away a minute here. The word Yabul usually refers to a flower fading, or so seemed strange here. The LXX and Syriac say, and will fall. Most commentators accept this and repoint the preceding word to get and will surely fall. Dur retains the Masoretic text and applies the image of the flower to the mountain following. The verb is used of the earth, crumble away. Wow, that's interesting. Mountains or flowers? Well, the fact that we're talking about life and Job wanting a fleeting life and talking about a fleeting life, I like the image of flower better. That makes sense in the context and seems pretty poetic. Mountain falling away, I don't image mountains falling away. However, if mountains are used, mountains and gardens are the dwelling place of the gods. And so that imagery is perhaps in view here, that the dwelling place of the gods will fall away. The mountains will fall away. So wherever that is, but anyway, destruction will finally come on some level. Everything will be done away with. And a rock will be removed from its place. So yeah, the mountains would seem to be parallel with rock here versus a flower versus a rock. That doesn't make good parallelism. So it might be more inclined to be mountains there. Ooh, is that related to Jesus telling the disciples to make the mountains fall into the sea? Ukulele, I was just reading through that one, and I was taking that take for the first time, thinking about, like, because I always thought, like, why would I tell a mountain to go into the sea? I don't get that. But if we take mountains as the dwelling places of the gods, which all throughout the Old Testament, that's where the other nations around go to. You go to mountains or you go to gardens. That's where gods, and lowercase g gods, are. And it's also where encounters with the true God happen, is up on mountains. Mount Sinai, Mount Moriah, Mount Horeb. You have things and encounters with God often on the tops of mountains. So, and you also have the Garden of Eden. So gardens or mountains are the places where God will meet with people, or the false gods meet with people. So if you say to the mountain, be removed and cast into the sea, it will be. Are you like that's a great question. I've been pondering that for a couple of weeks now. Is that the same as telling the dwelling place of the false gods to be destroyed? And it will be. Like, stop thinking in the physical sense of a mountain and start thinking about the spiritual sense of the dwelling place of the other gods that want to be worshipped in place of the true God. Can you tell it to be gone, and it will be gone? I love that idea. I do. I'm not sure if that's fully what's happening in context, though, even though there could be an allusion to it if that's not what Jesus meant. Zack Attack, Wordle was hard today. Okay, don't ever do word games. I have no interest in word games. At least Wordle, from the standpoint of everyone gets the same one a day, is just in the practice of it. But Kazaku, I think you still doubt God exists. It's impossible to not doubt him, but it's impossible that we overcome the doubtness with faithfulness. That's why we must continually read the Bible, never stop, because this is what you are kind of doing. You know, that's a fair point. And I don't mean doubt in the lack of thinking that a God created everything, but in the evidence in my life at times. Job has no doubt that God exists, but the evidence of what's going on, doubt meaning lack of trusting versus lack of intellectual assent that says, yeah, there is a God. So I can see that, Kazaku. Yeah, you clearly were, yeah. Hey, artsy Bible nerd. Yeah, I don't doubt God or the Bible from the standpoint of his existence or that the Bible is reliable in God's word. From that intellectual assent, no. From an emotional and experiential aspect of things with what's going on in my life that I would have little faith versus great faith, that point I would say I could agree with you. So it just depends on how you're using the word doubt. By the way, when Jesus is on the mountaintop with the in Matthew 28, they all worshipped and some doubted. There's a different translation that could possibly be there. They all worshipped and doubted. It might not be and some doubted. It might be and all doubted. So they all worshipped and all doubted. They have Jesus with them in the resurrection, and the disciples have doubts. So yeah, to deny that we have doubts, I think is being a little dishonest. So. Okay, bum, 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 bum. As water wears away stones and torrents wash away soil, so you destroy man's hope. So the way that, like, I have lots of hope, and all of a sudden a disaster, a calamity happens, and my hopes are destroyed. You overpower him once for all, and he departs. You change his appearance and send him away. If if his sons are honored, he does not know it. If if they are brought low, he does not know it. Why would he not know what's happening with his sons? Because you've taken him away. He's gone. He's out of there. Oh, yeah, Omega, like Peter when he began to sink. Yes. Yeah, there's like the level of what do you mean by doubt? So, what do you mean by faith? What do you mean by trust? Little versus great. I think that's a way to talk about it versus yes and no. His flesh only has pain for him, and he mourns for himself. In this verse, Job is expressing the common view of life beyond death, namely that in Sheol there is no contact with the living, only separation, but in Sheol there is a conscious awareness of dreary existence. So Sheol is not the idea of hell if you do not know Sheol. Sheol is simply the place where the dead go. The dead just, when you're dead, you go to Sheol. That's where everybody goes. So it's not good, it's not bad, it's just what is. Huh. Why is my media player freaking out there? What you doing? The music all of a sudden stopped, and now it's there we go. Although I can't hear it. Yeah, we walk by faith, not by sight. Yeah. Okay, now I got it. All right. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered, does a wise man answer with blustery knowledge, or fill his belly with the east wind? Does he argue with useless talk, with words that have no value in them? So, his friend is either making a comment about him himself being so wise that do I even dare answer your stupidity, Job? Or he's making an accusation against Job for his response that all you were was blustery wind. It was useless what you just said. So either way, Is Eliphaz a surfer, dude? Yeah, totally. Eliphaz the Demonite. Totally tubular, man. But you even break off piety and hinder meditation before God. The word parar, to annul. Oh, I like annul better. Like break off. I didn't know what break off meant. Like annul. Oh, I get it. So you break off like an engagement. You're breaking off piety. Annul, to frustrate, to destroy, to break. This fits in the lines quite well. Like, yeah, to expel, to banish. Fear and reverence. And hinder meditation. Ooh, so the meditation is complaint, cry, meditate. Oh, is this the cry that goes up? You even hinder the cries that go up by inflicted people. Ooh. Kazaku, yeah, but God has chosen the foolish things of the world to shame the wise, and God has chosen the weak things of the world to shame the things which are strong. Job is kind of that way, Kazaku. Yeah, you're right. That we don't get an answer that would be, I would say, satisfactory. And his friends try to give answers they think are satisfactory, which they are not. Sorry, I'm just going to turn on my little heater. My feet are getting cold. Your sin inspires your mouth. You choose the language of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, not I. Your own lips testify against you, like Job. Like, we're listening to this, man. You're just, like, trying to point a finger at us, and you're pointing 3 fingers back at yourself. You know, when you point a finger, you point 3 at yourself, Job. I don't have to condemn you. Your own words are doing it. Were you the first man ever born? Were you brought forth before the hills? Do you listen in on God's secret counsel? This is such a fascinating question there. The meaning of sod is confidence. In the context, implication is secret counsel in the Lord of the Lord God. It is a question of confidence on the part of God that only wisdom can know. Job seemed to them to claim to have access to the mind of God. Do you limit wisdom yourself? Do you know that what do you know that we do not know? What do you understand that we don't understand? Like, dude, you have no knowledge we don't have. So why are you trying to show off? Why are you trying to bring us down? You're the one who has all the calamity, not us. Oh, yeah, I've been here. But which of them stood in the counsel of the Lord to see or to hear his words? Who has listened and heard his words? Yeah, essentially the same argument. Like, were you in the council? Where did you get this secret knowledge, Job? The gray-haired and the aged are on our side. Men far older than your father are God's consolations too trivial for you. To your father. Are God's consolations too trivial for you, or a word spoken in gentleness to you? So we spoke gently, Job. Why are you just bashing us? We are just gently trying to tell you you're wrong and a sinner. Like, you shouldn't be so mad at us, Job. Why has your heart carried you away? And why do your eyes flash when you turn your rage against God and allow such words to escape your mouth? Like, the accusation against Job, you can't say those kinds of things. You can't accuse God of pouring out the rain on the just and the unjust, and then also, not just the rain, but calamity on the just and the unjust. Calamity comes on the just and the unjust. I'm sorry, your friends, but you're wrong, because in a hurricane and a mudslide or a disastrous fire, tornado, God doesn't skip over righteous people when those things happen. It destroys whatever's in its path. Oh, yeah. So by that logic, Job's friends, the airplane that just crashed and everyone died except one person who walked away unharmed, that must have been the Job of the story who, yeah, the calamity happened, everyone else died, but Job was righteous, so he got to walk away because nothing, God can't hurt and nothing bad can happen to righteous people. That's why they never die. My goodness. The logic, the illogic, such a problem. Oh, yeah, okay. So you sometimes doubt but quickly repent. Okay. Depends on what it is, Kazaku, and the level. Yeah. It rains on the righteous and the wicked. Yeah. I think another way to think about it is, if I've had to trust God for something in the past, am I willing to trust him again? Do I want to? Am I willing to? Am I ready to trust God again for it? And sometimes that gets hard. If I'm trusting all the time and relying all the time, it can get burdensome. It can get weary. So I think that's a level of stuff we're talking about. What is man that he should be pure, or born of a woman that he should be righteous? Dude, we know you ain't pure because you can't be, because you're born of a woman. You can't be righteous. Except God said he was. God said he was. His friends are saying he can't be. If God places no trust in his holy ones, if, even the heavens are not pure in his eyes, how much less who is abominable and corrupt, who drinks in evil like water? So, people can't be a righteous, Job. Why are you thinking you can be? Let me explain it to you. I will explain to you. Let me explain it to you. Listen to me. And what I have seen, I will declare what wise men declare, hiding nothing from the traditions of their ancestors, to whom alone the land was given, when no foreigner passed among them. All his days the wicked men suffered torment. Throughout the number of the years they are stored up for the tyrant. Terrifying sounds fill his ears. In a time of peace, marauders attack him. He does not expect to escape from darkness. He is marked for the sword. He wanders about food for vultures. He knows that the day of darkness is at hand. Distress and anguish terrify him. They prevail against him like a king ready to launch an attack. For he stretches out his hand against God and vaunts himself against the Almighty, defiantly charging against him with a thick, strong shield, because he covered his face with fat and made his hips bulge with fat. Okay, that's kind of weird. What do we have here? Verse tells us he is not any condition to fight because he is bloated and fat for luxurious living. Okay. I wasn't getting that he was in no condition to fight, but that I get that. Okay. He lived in ruined towns and in a house where no one lives, where they are ready to crumble into heaps. He will not grow rich, and his wealth will not endure, nor will his possessions spread over the land. He will not escape the darkness. A flame will wither his shoots, and he will depart by the breath of God's mouth. Let him not trust in what is worthless, deceiving himself, for worthlessness will he be his reward. Before his time he will be paid in full, and his branches will not flourish. Like a vine, he will let his sour grapes fall, and like an olive tree, he will shed his blossoms. For the company of the godless is barren. Bring forth evil. Their belly prepares deception. So, Job, the fact your kids are all dead and you have no one to carry on your name, pretty much evidence that you sinned. Pretty much evidence. So, you have no heir, you must have sinned. Your heirs all died, you must have sinned. Like, what kind of crazy logic is this? May Demaro, welcome in. So Job's friends not having Job's claim of innocence, not accepting Job's claim of innocence. They do not have a frame of reference that says that the world is filled with evil, and evil things can happen to good people. They only have a frame of reference that says evil is the reward for sowing seeds of evil. So, Job, you must have been sowing seeds of evil. That's why evil has come to you. You are getting karma, my friend. You are getting karma. Yeah, not biblical, but that's what their thoughts are, which is probably the wisdom of the day in one of... So, the three different things are the three different friends represent three different lines of wisdom to explain why evil happens. In the end, we get to the end of the story. I don't think we have an answer of why evil happens, but we do get the sense of, regardless of if Adam and Eve had sinned in the garden, evil would still exist. Okay. Job replied, I have heard many things like these before. What miserable comforters are you all? Wouldn't that be a great t-shirt? Wouldn't that be a great t-shirt? Will there be an end to your windy words, or what provokes you that you answer? Yeah, why are you getting so provoked and upset about my statements? Yeah, to compel. What is compelling you to respond to me? I'm trying to talk to God here. You guys are answering on his behalf. Like, think about that for a minute. Have you ever... Okay, this does happen. You go to ask someone a question and someone else who's in the room and other people there answer on their behalf. They answer on their behalf. They speak up. They speak into it. They don't let the person answer. They think they know. They don't like your question. They jump into the middle of it. They jump into the defense of... These people are trying to jump into the defense of God. God doesn't need it. Kazaku, I feel like all Christians around the world should be connected and helping each other or something, because that's what it seems like to me in the Apostles' Day. I totally agree, Kazaku, that we should be. So I also understand we can't actually be connected with every single person. But to the extent of my community and Ukulele's community can be connected, and you can be connected in both of those, and you can be connected in other communities, and that we do that globally. Oh, it's amazing. Love it, love it, love it. I also could speak like you if, if you were in my place. I could pile up words against you, and I could shake my head at you. But I would strengthen you with my words. Like, I could do what you're doing. I wouldn't do that. Comfort from my lips would bring you relief. But if, if I speak, my pain is not relieved. And if, if I refrain from speaking, how much of it goes away? This is such a great question. If I speak, my pain is not relieved. If I refrain from speaking, how much of it goes away? Like, my pain is my pain, and my pain is here, but I need to express my pain. That's what Job is doing. Job is expressing his pain. It's not relief that he's getting from it. It is that by not speaking, it can't go away. He has not yet found relief, but to say nothing, it doesn't go away. So he sat there for 7 days, 7 being the number of totality, completeness. So he's in complete mourning and sitting there with his friends for 7 days. They totally sit with him to comfort him in his suffering, in his pain. And now he speaks after the 7 days. And they, instead of continuing to comfort in their silence, they're interfering and they're correcting, and they're of no value. But he's pointing out, you can't have relief if you keep it all inside. Surely now he has worn me out. You have devastated my entire household. So surely, God, you have worn me out. I believe that's, let me double check that's what the reference is. Yeah. In poetic discourse, there is often an abrupt change from one person to another. Some take the subject of this verb to be God, others the pain. Ooh. So thank you for leaving it he and not putting God in there. Surely now, pain has worn me out. You have devastated my entire household. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah. Lucis. For the same reason, when someone gets hurt or hit, they make a noise. Yeah, that's interesting how that happens, isn't it? There also is something in, and I don't know that they've just studied noise when you are injured, but they have studied cursing, like curse words. It doesn't matter what the word is, only that you, the person speaking it, believe it to be a curse word on some level, even if you use it all the time. That if you use a curse word when you hit your thumb with a hammer, the pain will be reduced. They have studied it to the degree that they can measure it. And if I hit my thumb with a hammer and I say, "Oh, golly gee, beef, that hurt," no pain relief from that. No pain relief from that. But if I say filth and file and filth, and I think that's swearing, oh yeah, it feels better. Isn't that weird? Mix a pick. Don't deliberately hit your thumb with a hammer, guys. Exactly. Don't do it mistakenly either. Oh. Not a hammer there, but sheet metal cut on my finger. That don't feel too good. Okay. You have seized me, and it has become a witness. My leanness has risen up against me and testifies against me. Yeah, I can see where pain. He's talking about pain, and the he is pain. I like that idea. I don't think I've seen that before. His anger has torn me and persecuted me. He has gnashed at me with his teeth. My adversary locks his eyes on me. People have opened their mouths against me. They have struck my cheek with scorn. They unite together against me. Okay, right here would be an accusation of the two friends who have spoken, implying, hey, third guy, don't open your mouth. You wanna join with them. Yeah, I hit it, and then I hit it again. The second time was worse than the first, but the first was like a paper cut, just like a ow, and the second time, yeah, that's what I get working at my daughter's house, so. God abandons me to evil men and throws me into the hands of wicked men. So now he clearly is saying God has done this. So I think up above here, it feels like he was talking about the pain in which he is doing. The pain is like, to the pain. The pain is doing it, but now God is handing him over. I was in peace, and he has shattered me. He has seized me by the neck and crushed me. He has made me his target. His archers surround me. Without pity, he pierces my kidneys and pours out my gall on the ground. He breaks through against me time and time again. He rushes against me like a warrior. I have sewed sackcloth on my skin. What? The language is hyperbolic. Job is saying that the sackcloth he has put on in his lamentable state is now stuck to his skin as if it was stitched, as if he had stitched it into his skin. It is now a habitual garment that he never takes off. That's an image, though. I sewed sackcloth on my skin. Ew. And buried my horn in the dust. So horn would be the blessing, I believe. There's no English term that captures exactly what horn is meant to do. Drawing from the animal world, the image was meant to convey strength and pride. Oh, I buried my... Yes. Okay. Some modern commentators have made other proposals for the line. The verb being translated lower or dip. It's been dipped in the dust. It's been buried in... yeah, I got it. Okay. My face is reddened because of my weeping, and on my eyelids there is a deep darkness. Although there is no violence in my hands, and my prayer is pure. Again, Job defending what he's doing and what he's saying. I have taken no action of my own hands to harm anyone else. I have only spoken truth in my prayer. Therefore, it is pure. It is from the heart. O earth, do not cover my blood, nor let there be a secret place for my cry. Even now, my witness is in heaven. My advocate is on high. Okay. The parallelism now uses the Aramaic word, my advocate, the one who testifies on my behalf. The word appears in Genesis 31:47 for Laban's naming of the heap of witnesses in Aramaic. Wow, an Aramaic word has slipped in here. That's interesting. Imagine Job being at Dungeons and Dragons player and got into thinking he was a tiefling. The horns reference. Oh, okay. Now I gotcha. So we have the accuser, right? We know about the accuser at the beginning of the story, who is before God pleading the case against Job. Job is now imagining that he has an advocate on high, a witness who is there to defend Job. Oh, actually, you know who that person was? That person was God, because God's the one who brought up Job in the first place and said, have you considered my servant Job? He is blameless and upright. The advocate he actually has on high, although unknown to him and his friends, is God himself. That's his actual advocate. Isn't that cool? My intercessor is my friend, as my eyes pour out tears to God, and he contends with God on behalf of man, as a man pleads for his friends. For the years that lie ahead are few, and then I will go on the way of no return. So I will eventually die, my friends. You can mourn for me then, because you're not doing it now. I'm sorry when I get a little loud. Sorry about that. Don't want to blow anyone's ears out, but like, Job is down. Why are you kicking him, buddy? Why are you kicking him? Oh, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. My spirit is broken. My days have faded out. The grave awaits me. So this is not a longing for it. This is a reality. Like, how long can I live in the state of which I am? When I have lost everything, what do I have? I don't have any. My crops are gone. My wealth is gone. My animals are gone. I have no one to care for me. Oh, that's one other thing that I heard recently. Is in the imagery of this being a new Adam and a new Eve, telling a retelling of the story of Adam and Eve, when he says, but don't touch his flesh. May have been not a reference to Job himself, but the two being one, and it's a reference you can't touch his wife. It may actually could be interpreted as you can do anything, but you may not touch his wife, when he's saying you can't take his life the second time. So I think that's fascinating thought. It's not definitive, but it's a different way of viewing it. And this is poetic language, so it could have more than one idea tied together at the same time. Surely mockery is with me. My eyes must dwell on their hostility. Set my pledge beside you. Who else will put up security for me? Because you have closed their minds to understanding. Therefore, you will not exalt them. If a man denounces his friends for personal gains, the eyes of his children will fail. I'm not denouncing you for personal gain. Oh, yeah. But you're certainly denouncing me. For a portion, the verse is rather obscure. The words are not that difficult, but the sense of the meaning and the context. He denounces his friends for a portion, and others have a totally different idea. He invites his friends to share with him. The form fits the context better, indicating that Job's friends speak out against him for some personal gain. The second half of the verse, they then promises that his children will suffer loss for this attempt to gain. The line is surely proverbial. A number of other interpretations can be found in commentaries. Yeah, so some of this is like, what is this talking about? It's poetic language, and we got to explain what the poetry is it referring to. Hey, I'm watching you people. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. He has made me a byword to people. I am the one in whose face they spit. My eyes have grown dim with grief. My whole frame is but a shadow. Upright men are appalled at this. The innocent man is troubled with the godless, but the righteous man holds to his ways, and the one with clean hands grows strong. So people look at me and they're like, yuck, but I'm righteous and I'm holding to clean hands. You're exhausted but blessed. Yeah, kind of the same. And feel daunted of what I need to try to get done this week, having been not doing what I need to get done at my own place and with anything online. But turn all of you and come now. I will not find a wise man among you. That's just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. Hey, thanks for the hug. I'm not going to find a wise man among you. My days have passed, my plans are shattered, even the desires of my heart. These men change night into day. They say, the light is near in the face of darkness. So your words can't change reality. Boom. Mic drop. The light is near in the face of darkness. Okay, why should you not say dumb things to people? Because it doesn't help them. Job 28, Mick. So he said to man, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to turn away from evil is understanding. Oh, yeah. If I hope for the grave to be my home, if I spread out my bed in darkness, if I cry out to corruption, you are Father, and to the worm, my mother or my sister. Where then is my hope? And my hope, who sees it? Will it go down to the barred gates of death? Will we descend together into the dust? So, like, you guys are doing the opposite of what you're claiming to do. You are claiming that light will come. Oh, the light is going to be here. You just need light. It's pitch black, okay? It's not even close to daylight. I'm in the middle of suffering, and you're acting as if I just need to get over it. I don't need to get over it. I'm going to dwell in it. It's become part of me. It's my garment now. It's not going away. I'm crying out to God to understand why. And you're trying to point the finger at me and say, because you done messed up, Aaron. And I didn't. And I'm trying to understand the suffering and the anguish I'm enduring. You guys aren't helping. All right. We will end there because I got a meeting in 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and do prayer for 10:02. All right. Yeah, basically Joe's friends are not very sympathetic. No, not at all, Mick. On a level of it's like if you think about it, we do the same thing now. The number 7 is used because of him sitting in silent for 7 days. They're completely there. They're completely sympathetic. And then they grow weary and tired of Job. And then when Job speaks, they really grow weary and tired of Job. We do this too. Like the person that's always complaining about, I'm just going to pick on something, their sciatica. I don't know if anyone has sciatica. I'm not picking on you. You're just complaining about it all the time. Or your bunions. You're always saying, my bunions. My bunions. Like, can you get over it? Can you get over your bunions already? We know you have bunions. Okay, get over your bunions. Stop it. I'm tired of hearing about it. It's the vein that we go in. His friends are going even more extreme. All right. God, the harvest is plentiful and the workers are few. So God, we are praying for workers of the harvest, that you will send them out into the harvest so that the light can be spread into dark, dark places where friends like Job's friends can receive comfort, can be comforted, that they can have light and hope. So God, send out workers into the harvest. We just pray this and ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. We should have ad break coming in here. Let me go figure out who we're going to raid, and I'll show you the fish while that's happening.
Flat cat pastor rocks his tweed, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cat pastor shows the way, stream it live come what may. With his cam he shows it all, little fish both big and small.
A lot of options today.
Pond so serene,
Some people just getting started, I see.
See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at
Oh, you're
home.
not. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I've been here. You need to go. You need to go. No worries on that.
Along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cat pastor shows the way.
Gleeful Sheep looks like she is. Does it say what passage? I don't see what passage. Chapter 3 somewhere. Not sure what it is. Oh, that looks like 2 Timothy. That's where we are. She's in 2 Timothy, so we'll go over there.
Refuse Cammy shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in pond so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle
Wait for the ad
glow.
break to get done. and then send you off with a blessing.
Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pasture shows the way, stream it live.
All right, may God's seeking comfort find you. May his loving arms bind you. May his might protect you. May his wisdom direct you. May the joyous love of Jesus Christ be with you and all those you know, both now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you for the raid. Thank you, everyone coming in. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the good conversation. What a blessing. And let's go. Let's bless others wherever we go today. Yeah, thank you, Bob. Thanks for coming in. God bless us, everyone. I should get that clip. That would be fun.
Flat cap on his head, he's streaming live. Reading from the book, the words so alive. A prayer in his heart that lifts the soul. In the digital world where spirits roll. Hallelujah, from the screen we scream. Join the pastor in the holy dream. Spreading love with every verse he reads. Planting hope like precious seeds. He's a shepherd with a virtual flock.